Heavens, hi, I'm Derek, and I'm a member of the Faithful Remnant Church, the true church of the Most High True God. We are led by Pope Peter the Last and Mary Romanes. They are the two witnesses spoken in the book of Revelation chapter 11. Please go to the website testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com and read the words of your Creator. Matthew 7, verses 13 and 14, the word of the Lord says, "Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road is easy that leads to destruction, and there are many who take it. For the gate is narrow and the road is hard that leads to life, and there are few who find it." The words of the Most High True God. So you see, oftentimes you hear people say that the narrow path is very difficult. But the details of that is often not spoken of. The question that we need to ask is what makes the narrow path difficult. The narrow path, although as stated as being difficult in the scriptures, but it depends on the individual who is working on it. It depends on how the individual is coping with the spiritual purification in each and every moment. This is how I will explain it. It is like washing a white robe. The process of washing a white robe could be difficult and could be easy based on how dirty the cloth is. When one wears his white robe and keep himself neat without soiling his clothes with any dirt and not allowing any stubborn stain to get into it, then washing it could be very, very easy. It wouldn't be much difficult in washing it, as it may look brighter and more cleaner than before, and it would just take some few minutes. But when one makes himself very dirty and soil his robe with oil and perhaps with blood, just like Antipope Francis when he knocked his head to his own car and blood spilled on his robe, then the clothes washing will be very difficult. The robe has to pass through so many stages. It has to be passed through boiling water and hard detergent and washing for a long time before you may get the white back. But that is not the case all the time. Sometimes it may go through all the stages, washing through hot water and through hard detergent, and yet the stain will be there. Therefore, the next stage has to come through that we have to store it in a bleach. So you see, washing white robe could be very, very difficult when the cloth is dirty. But when the cloth is neat, then washing it will be very simple. In the same way, walking on the narrow path could be easy when the person keeps himself and his garment clean from all sins and does not soil himself with any sin. And the person makes sure that he does not stain his robe with the blood of the innocent souls in the womb. And the person makes sure that he does not mingle himself with those in the mud. Then the narrow path could be very, very simple and easy for the person. The narrow path could be easy if one resolves to allow the Most High True God to lead him no matter what comes on his way. When the person resolves to look at Jesus Christ the Lord, the Most High True God, as the center and focus of his life, instead of the distractions that the devil and his minions bring on his way, then the narrow path could be easy. Now, when the person allows the testimony of Jesus Christ the Lord to become his only source of inspiration and guidance on his way on the narrow path, then the path will be very, very simple. When one resolves to obey all the counsel from the Most High True God, given through his two witnesses, Pope Peter the Last and Mary Romanes, then the narrow path could be very simple and easy for the person. But when it comes to a situation that one wants to share his narrow path with the worldly inspirations and the trappings of this world, then the person will find the narrow path very difficult. When the person refuses to listen to the true Holy Spirit, the inspiration from the true Holy Spirit, then the narrow path will be very, very difficult. Then it will be like washing a very dirty cloth with so many stains that it has to go through so many stages and long time before it becomes white. So this is how Pope Peter the Last explained it in the testimony on May 26, 2017. Pope Peter the Last said, "The only reason that the narrow path is hard is based on the amount of resistance to change in one's interior life. The reason the now part is hard is because of the desire to embrace wickedness instead. The now part of the testimony becomes easier the more you renounce Satan, evil, and all wickedness and trade those things for the kingdom of heaven. The now part becomes easier when you have resolved to follow Jesus Christ the Lord, no matter how difficult it becomes, and despite what anyone else say or believes. The now part becomes easier when your Creator and the true Holy Spirit and the transforming grace become the center and focal point of your daily living. The now part becomes the only way when you resolve to shun all other ways. But the now part remains difficult and hard as long as you determine to do things your own way and on your own terms and with your own conditions. The words of Peter the Last. So now you know how the now part will be easier. Is you have to follow the instructions of the Most High True God and resolve to allow the Most High True God to govern your day and to govern your part. Therefore, the now part will be easier for you. But when you resist and you allow all the trappings of this world to get in your way, then the now part will be difficult. Go to the website testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com. Follow the instructions at the Holy Water and Sacrament page. Become a member of the Faithful Remnant Church and start walking on the now path that leads to the kingdom of heaven. May the Most High True God bless His faithful remnant flock with the needed graces to persevere on the now path that leads to the kingdom of heaven. Amen.